This is a warning. The Grim Reaper of radio, Bob Romanik, with his off-the-record show is about to air. He's probably the nastiest and craziest son of a bitch that you've ever had the misfortune to encounter. The Grim Reaper show will be very controversial and probably quite tasteless. If you are even slightly offended by controversial matter concerning religion, racial matters, politics, or life's problems, you are hereby warned to turn this program off immediately. The Grim Reaper show will be, like his face, very scary and very ugly. At this time, not proudly, but shamefully presents to you Bob Romanik, the craziest son of a bitch on the radio today.
This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, America's bi-state voice of freedom, your guardian of the First Amendment, Radical Radio. And we are, as always, as you all know, we're proud, very proud to be the Patriot. Good Monday morning. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Before we get going, and it's just, I don't know what it is, but it's a lot of times it's not a good day. Sometimes it's a better day. But Friday wasn't a good day at all for the great people in Allerton, Illinois. Tom Howard, the very, very nice gentleman. He was an ex-chief of police in Allerton, just recently elected mayor of Allerton, a friend of mine, a friend of everybody's in Allerton. He passed on Friday, and he fought a heck of a battle with cancer. And I want to put our sincere condolences out to Angela, his lovely wife, and the entire Howard family, and the whole community of Allerton, Illinois, because he was an asset, not only as the chief of police, but as the mayor of Allerton, Illinois. I'm through Allerton every day. What a lot of great people fighting the fight, trying to get a better lives for themselves. And Tom Howard was always out there fighting for the people of Allerton. So again, very professional police officer throughout his career, stood very tall for law enforcement. And our condolences and sincere sympathy goes out to his lovely wife, Angela, and the entire Howard family. Again, Tom Howard passed away Friday after a valiant fight with cancer. And listen, I'm going to have a moment of silence for Tom. Tom was my friend. So please, everybody, and this is a moment of silence for Tom Howard, but it's also a moment of silence for, as we start off the show every day, a moment of silence for everyone that's lost a family member, because it's just as important when we lose a family member. We grieve just as hard. So let's have a moment of silence for everyone, but especially for Mayor Tom Howard from Allerton, Illinois. Mayor Tom Howard, please rest in peace, my friend. On a little bit lighter note, and it's really hard to segue when there's a death in the family, but we won't go there. Everybody, what we can say about death, if we're intelligent enough as human beings, the only good thing we can say about death is it motivates, or should motivate us, to fight the fight. Because see, unlike the less fortunate who have passed on before us, fought the fight through cancer, fought the fight through any horrific disease, liver disease, fought the fight after they were in an accident. You know, they can no longer, as much as I know they would all like to, they can no longer fight the fight. But I'll be damned when I get up every morning, and I am one crazy son of a bitch. I'll tell you that. Tell you that right up front. I'm not perfect. Never been perfect. You people that are, give me a call. Anybody that's perfect today, give me a call, because I'd like to talk to them, because never really talked to a perfect person. If there's somebody out there, seriously, give me a call if you've never done anything wrong. I want to gauge how many people in this world have never done anything wrong, never done anything that maybe they could have went to jail for. Maybe they say, man, I got away with this. I'll never do that again. How many times have you heard that from your friends? Or maybe from your conscience? Probably a lot. But think, people, and I don't want to make this a political segment right here, but I don't care this next election. If you vote for the Democrats, the Republicans, the independents, the people involved in the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition, but do yourself a favor, because it's an injustice if you don't. Research the facts, research these candidates, and then vote for whoever you want to, but don't be apathetic. Don't sit back and say my vote doesn't count, because when you do that, you help destroy this great country. A lot of good people are apathetic. At one point I was. They beat me down, and I said, that's it. I'm not going to let them beat me down to the point where I don't give a damn about living, that I don't give a damn about my community, that I don't give a damn about what goes on in this great country. And that's what these son of a bitches want to do. That's what these rotten, political, no-count, parasitical, perverted punks, I must say. That's what they want to do, people. They take their core, their 10, 15%, they give them all the jobs, they get them whatever votes, but that's their core vote. When they make me and you and everybody else apathetic, we sit at home and we lose. As an American, we lose. But if we all get out there this next election, no matter who you vote for, but I'll tell you, the Democrats, to get votes, they have to give jobs. They have to intimidate people after they give jobs. They have to threaten people's family. You better vote Democrat. No, you better vote for the person that's going to do good for you, your family, and your community. I've said 1,000 times, if you're the auditor of St. Clair County and you have to add up 2 and 2, it's 4. If you're the Republican auditor in St. Clair County and you add up 2 and 2, it's 4. It is what it is. At the national level, it's different, but don't let a D or an R or an I for independent behind somebody's name in this next county election, your local elections. Don't let that make the difference. Take a little bit of time out. If you were going to invest in a car, you go out to buy a new car today, you're not going to look at the car because a Democratic committeeman or a guy who says, I'm a Democrat, buy this car from me. Of course you're going to look at that car, but you're going to test drive that car. You're going to get underneath the hood. You're going to kick the tires. You're going to ask questions about the car. And then maybe you buy it from that Democrat. But you're not going to buy a car from a Democrat or a Republican just because they're a Democrat or Republican. And your vote should be the same way. You shouldn't vote for somebody because they've got a D behind their name or an R behind their name. You should vote for the person. You should research. You should understand what that candidate's about. And not just, hey, he's a Democrat, you got to vote Democrat. And I've told you 1,000 times, this is not your parents, your grandparents' Democratic Party in St. Clair County. The rogues, the thieves, the political thieves have taken it over. It's the St. Clair County political mafia. And you know that word, mafia. That's not a good word. That's a corrupt word. That's a nasty word. And of course, I want to apologize to the real mafia because they're not quite as bad. And I don't want to get shot. I don't want to be sleeping with the fishes. So the real mafia, I want to apologize to you guys. But I'm really less afraid of the real mafia. Because if you don't do something to them, if you don't take from them, if you don't disrespect them, you're safe. Not with the St. Clair County political mafia. They're going to destroy you. They're going to destroy this county as they have for the last 30 years. We'll talk about that momentarily. Got a little bit of housekeeping to do. Then we're going to get down to East St. Louis. We're going to get to Calvin Dye. What a scathing editorial in Sunday's paper about Calvin Dye. And you know what? Who said it first? Who broke the story 3 days, 4 days before? Bob Romanik did, but we're going to get into that. We're going to get into Ray Coleman. I talked to Ray last night and said, Ray, I'm not the kind of guy to throw a rock and hide my hand. I want to let you know I'm coming after you. This is a Ray Coleman who single-handedly, he'll tell you that, single-handedly got Barack Obama elected. He'll tell you that, but I don't think it's even close to being true. But we're going to talk about Ray Coleman, who is trying, and I know the good people of East St. Louis will not tolerate this when I get on this subject. Nobody's going to be happy, so stick around. Freeburg, the great people in Freeburg. Troop 30, the Boy Scout Barbecue, the Rural Family Medicine parking lot from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. on October the 17th. They're going to have pork steaks, bratwurst, hamburgers, hot dogs. Have any questions or concerns, and please go out and support those great people in Freeburg. We were out there Friday night, me, Carl, Officer Roger Cook. We were supporting as the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition, supporting the mighty, and I mean mighty, Freeburg Midgets. What a great group of people. Mayor Spicer, the superintendent of the schools, the principal, everybody out there. What a great reception. And I personally, as does Roger Cook and Carl Officer, want to thank all the great people. Had a great reception, had a great time meeting everyone out there. And I say, keep going, mighty midgets, because you guys are mighty. St. Stephen's Men's Club in Caseyville. All-you-can-eat breakfast, pancake sausage, milk, juice, the whole gamut. Sunday, October the 18th from 8 a.m. to noon at Vote Hall, located at Route 157 right next to the Caseyville Village Hall. That's October the 18th, Sunday. Trivia night also sponsored by the St. Stephen's Catholics Men's Club. That'll be Saturday, October the 17th. Doors open at 6:30. Trivia starts at 7. Located at Vote Hall. Any questions or concerns, you can call Paul Steiger at 618-344-4400. The Ash Grove Historical Town Center Organization announces its back roads to Main Street Heritage Festival. Damn, I can't get those words out. On October the 17th from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Main Street. Now, I don't know where Ash Grove's at, but we've, to segue into this, we've fixed our signal this last weekend. We've had people call, and it's down. When you work on a radio signal, there's so much power, so much radiation. It's a lot safer, and I don't want to see any of our guys hurt, so instead of putting it on low power where you can hear it with the crackling, we shut it off because we don't want to see our engineer or any of the people out there working on our tire site. We don't want to see them get hurt. But we've got it back up, and it's stronger than ever, and I guarantee you, if you people listen now, you'll know we're all over the place. We're booming to 3.5 million potential listeners, and so it took a little while to do it. But thank everybody for their patience, and it's gonna work right, and you're gonna hear KQQZ loud and clear for many, many years. But anyway, the Ash Grove back roads to Main Street. They're gonna have costume contests, photo opportunities, steam engines, antique tractors, antique vehicles, music of the airs, swing dancing. Oh, hey Kern, you and the missus, the Sasquatch, you going out to the swing dance? I'm just curious. Well, maybe we won't even go there. They're going to have adult games. Hey, maybe you want to go out for the adult games. Sweet Cakes. One of these days, I'll let everybody know how he got the name Sweet Cakes. I wanted to do it in court, but I didn't. That way, it'd have been a public record. But that is an amazing story. Yeah, never mind. If you have any questions or concerns, you can call Stuart at 417-751-2034. St. Mary's Church in Alton, small little church in the great community of Alton, Illinois, having their St. Mary's October-Fest. That'll be October the 9th, 10th, and the 11th at St. Mary's. Benefit ride. All vehicles welcome. I don't know if I could get mine in there. I've got 2 flat tires on one of them, and I think I ran over something. I don't think anybody flattened them. I don't think. But Saturday, October the 10th, in the beautiful little village of St. Laborie, Illinois. All the proceeds are donated to the St. Laborie Grade School, and the rides start at the Brick House Bar and Grill across from the church in St. Laborie. That's Saturday, October the 10th. Don't forget, you can pick me up on iTunes. Type in Bob Romanik and or the Grim Reaper of Radio. Go to our streaming site, insanebroadcasting.com. One word, common spelling. Like us on Facebook, and please do at KQQZ 1190 AM, or our sister station just recently. And we want to thank everyone in the St. Louis metro area for voting KZQZ 1430 AM the best station, the best radio station in the St. Louis market. So thank everyone on both sides of the river. You can also hear my repeat performance every day at 4 o'clock p.m. and now broadcasting from the graveyard to the graveyard shift every night, Monday through Friday at the stroke of midnight. On this date, October the 5th, 1933, the 20th Amendment to the United States Constitution declared presidents would be inaugurated on January the 20th. On this date, October the 5th, 1945, Meet the Press premiered on radio. On this date, October the 5th, 1949, the United Nations flag was raised over its New York headquarters for the first time. On this date, October the 5th, 1970, the public broadcast system became a network. On this date, October the 5th, 1982, Johnson & Johnson recalled all Tylenol capsules after the 8th death caused by the deliberate contamination. This incident resulted in regulations requiring tamper-resistant and tamper-proof packaging on all over-the-counter medications. On this date, another very religious person, October the 5th, 1989, former PTL evangelist Jimmy Baker was convicted by a grand jury in Charlotte, North Carolina, of using his TV show to defraud his followers of over $158 million. That's what happened on this date, October the 5th, throughout all these years in our world's history. I want to say hi to Mark Johnson. He works for Heron Construction out of East Alton. We were at the bakery at Wood River Bakery Sunday, and he stopped by just to say hello and said he loves the station. So I want to say hello to Mark Johnson, and also Kenny Heron, the owner of Heron Construction out of East Alton. Mark said that the owner turned him on to my show and our station. So both Mark and Kenny, we want to thank you very much for listening, and we want to thank everybody. We get calls, we get emails, and it would take all day to thank everybody, but we do appreciate it. Last but certainly not least, Margie Andruska. She sent me a letter. She's a longtime fan, Donna Andruski Lewis. I knew her mother very well, a beautiful lady, and she sent me a letter. I desperately need a shirt. She tried to catch me on my car, but she said I was driving too fast. Don't let the police know that. But Donna, we're going to send you out a shirt. You give us a call. And your mother, Margie, was a beautiful, beautiful lady. And hopefully she's still around. But if not, the world lost a beautiful lady. So Donna Andruski Lewis, thank you very much for the letter. And we will get you a T-shirt out there. Again, Mayor Spicer and everybody in Freeburg, thank you guys for Friday night. Roger Cook wanted me to thank you. So did Carl Officer. We went out there. We gave $500 because the little people of America, as you know, they wanted to boycott the concession stand. And we took $500 out there in support of them standing up for their First Amendment rights. And what a great group of people. Nice stadium out in Freeburg. But thanks for everybody. Thanks for being so nice, showing us around, and just giving us a welcome that we didn't think we were going to get. So the Mighty Midgets of Freeburg, Mayor Spicer, all you guys, thank you very much. I want to talk about Ray Coleman down in East St. Louis, down in Washington Park. I know Ray. I met with Ray. Ray likes to be the big shot. See, Ray Coleman, and this is not a bad light on Mayor Rogers in Washington Park. Somehow, he okey-fadoked his way in. He's a $60,000 consultant for the Village of Washington Park, people. A 60,000 in Washington Park, in an impoverished community, a bunch of great people. But they've got a guy who doesn't even live in town. I don't think he lives in the county. But he's down there making $60,000 a year. Now he is telling everyone that he's going to be the new government affairs consultant. Now, you notice he's a consultant in Washington Park for $60,000. He wants a $100,000 consulting fee in East St. Louis. Let me tell you what, Ray Coleman, what an egregious act they're trying to pull off. And I'm not the best friends with Amika. I'm not a supporter of Amika Jackson Hicks. I like some of the council members. I don't believe when East St. Louis is laying off policemen, laying off firemen, the school districts in debacles because they don't have enough to pay those decent teachers down there. And I want to salute all the school district teachers of School District 189 for fighting the fight. They take our children, our most precious commodity in this world. It's more precious than air because we'll die for our children. And the school district doesn't want to pay them what they're worth. That whole situation in East St. Louis is out of control, but I blame the boys in Belleville because they want to keep everybody down on the plantation. They want to make sure that you vote for them election day, and they don't mind what they do to you. They don't give a damn about the people of East St. Louis. And Ray Coleman, apparently another plantation Negro. Ray Coleman is getting $60,000 from the impoverished city of Washington Park. I don't know if a lot of people knew that. He hangs around. I don't know what the hell he does. Mayor Rogers, a nice lady. She's the mayor. I think he causes more trouble than he does good for the city, and I think there's a lot of people out in Washington Park that feel the same way, and they tell me that there's going to be some pickets, maybe, in Washington Park to get rid of Ray Coleman. But now Ray Coleman, and he doesn't work for Washington Park. You notice he's a consultant. It's not a 9-to-5 job. He's too good for that. He's going to come and go when he wants and get $60,000 a year from Washington Park. And now he's telling everyone that he's got the votes to be the new governmental affairs consultant. What the hell is a governmental affairs consultant? I know what a policeman is. That's somebody that protects me and my family. I know what a fireman is. That's somebody that protects me and my family. I know what a teacher is. That's somebody that educates our most precious commodity, our children. But I don't know what the hell a governmental affairs consultant is. Can somebody, hey, Ray Coleman, I'm calling you out. I'm calling you out, Ray Coleman. Tell me what a governmental affairs consultant does, will you? I don't know what it does. I know what a policeman, a fireman, first responder, a teacher, a laborer, a street worker, I know what they do. And they do it for minimum wage sometime. They're out there busting their ass. They're out there 9 to 5. Not Ray Coleman. Ray Coleman's a governmental affairs consultant for $100,000 a year and probably benefits. But I challenge you, Amika Jackson Hicks, Mayor Amika Jackson Hicks. I challenge all the councilmen and women on the East St. Louis Council. If you guys make a move like this, a strict political move like this, even my friends on the council, I would say you all need to be impeached. I'm not saying that you're for this. I haven't talked to anyone that's for this. I'm telling you what Ray Coleman, the consultant, I wonder what kind of big name he give himself in Washington Park. Governmental affairs consultant? Ray Coleman, you may have okey-fadoked the proud people of Washington Park, but they have found you out. But I honestly don't think at this point in time, Ray Coleman, and give me a call, Ray, 394-1190. We can mix it up right here on the air. I know you're listening because I told you what I was going to do. Give me a call, Ray, 394-1190. Or you cheap son bitch, call toll free, 1-888-394-1430. I don't give a damn. But see, I live in East St. Louis. I've lived in Washington Park. There's a lot of great people down there. A lot of great people. They don't deserve the treatment that bastards like you and the political element, the culture of corruption, they don't deserve this bad treatment, Ray Coleman. Get your ass back to wherever you're at. And here's the problem, Ray. If the board puts you in office as their governmental affairs consultant, is that like being an ambassador to, why don't you be an ambassador to Iran? I think everybody would probably pay you to go to Iran or Iraq to be the ambassador, not to get you hurt, just to get you out of this country of ours, this great country of ours. But if they do that, it's going to be good for their political opposition, because that means there's a slap in the face to Mark Sweet Cakes Kern. That means there's a slap in the face to God Sprague. That means it's a slap in the face to Chief Judge Red on a noodle like a pecker on a poodle, John Barasivic. Because those guys don't like you, Ray, because you've screwed over them. You've screwed over everybody. I got to ask you, though, Ray, before we take a break. I see you with the picture of Barack Obama. I got a cardboard cutout of Barack Obama. Looks pretty good. I put my arm around him. I'm friends with the president. If you single-handedly got Barack Obama, the president of the United States, elected, and anybody that's ever talked to you, they'll say that's what you've said. Why the hell don't you have a $300,000-$400,000 job consulting the president? Why aren't you the ambassador to someplace? No, you want to take all the money from an impoverished village like Washington Park. You want to take the money from a town like East St. Louis, who's laying off policemen, laying off firemen. Their pension's not straight. And you want to come in and be the governmental affairs consultant? What the hell is wrong with that picture? Ray, please give me a call, 394-1190. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of radio. And you're listening to the all-new KQQZ, 1190 AM, America's bi-state voice of freedom and proud to be your First Amendment and all-American station, Radical Radio at its finest. And we stand tall as the Patriot.
From KQQZ 1190 AM, St. Louis, Missouri, USA, you're listening to Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio.
This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, America's bi-state voice of freedom, Radical Radio. And we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. Before we go any further, I want to say again, talked about my good friends Carl and Martha Gallion from Cahokia, Illinois. Great friends. Carl, you're under the weather a little bit. Get feeling better, my friend. We're all pulling for you. Carl's under the weather a little bit. What a great guy. Him and Martha Gallion from Cahokia. And Carl's been under the weather for a while. He's fighting the fight. So, Carl, I'm thinking about you. All the listeners are thinking about you every day. So, Carl and Martha, you guys hang in there. You're our friends, and we're all pulling for you. Carl and Martha Gallion from Cahokia, thank you guys for being our friend. Thank you very, very much. I said before the break that if they put Ray Coleman in this position, Ray Coleman's a guy that I believe was fired from the state for I don't know what the hell he was doing or not doing or blah, blah, blah. But he's been fighting people forever. But see, I fight with my money. He wants to fight with Washington Park's money. He wants to fight with East St. Louis's money. So I think, Ray Coleman, I think you've been put on notice. And all the good people in East St. Louis, call your councilman, call your mayor. Why the hell, and you police officers who I respect 1,000%, respect the job you do down there in East St. Louis. You firemen down in East St. Louis. You school teachers. Just not part of the East St. Louis administration, but still, the good school district teachers in 189 are fighting a fight. I was out Friday driving down State Street. Usually at a picket line, you'll have one or two people. These dedicated school teachers for School District 189, there were 30, 40 strong every place I went. Just a bunch of great people. And I want to salute you guys for standing tall for what you believe in, for standing tall what's right. The school district superintendent, Culver, we're out of money. Well, hell yeah, you're out of money, you ignorant son of a bitch, because you make $250,000 a year. You come down from Springfield, the Senator Foghorn, I say Buckwheat Claiborne brought your ass down here. It's still a political game. It's just different political people. I'd rather have the people of East St. Louis, even the ones I don't like, have those jobs. At least it's local. But Foghorn Claiborne had to bring this Culver down, and they tell me he doesn't even have a doctorate degree. How the hell can you be a superintendent of a school district without a doctorate degree? I just like to know. But they get away with it. They get away with it all the time. But anyway, if you guys in East St. Louis are going to put Ray Coleman in number one, you all, and I say this with all due respect because some of you are my friends down there, you guys all need to be impeached. Can't give him $20,000, let alone $100,000 to be the governmental affairs counselor or consultant. You can't do that for the people of East St. Louis. That's a total slap in their face. And it's a slap in Sprague's face, because I know Sprague doesn't like him. That's the only thing I like about Coleman is we've got a common enemy in Sprague. But we've got a common enemy for different reasons, and I can't go into that right now. So, Ray, you're lucky that I can't, but I won't. Think about it, people. I always tell you the News Democrat listens to my show, and I know they do. I talked about Calvin Dye running for coroner, and he is a decent man. I have to say that. But there's a lot of people that are decent. Do you want them flying your plane? Do you want them operating on your heart? Do you want them giving you a colonoscopy? Oh, I don't think so, if they're not qualified, if you know what I mean. But they were going to, and I don't know if Carl Officer's going to run. There's a draft Carl Officer, a proud black man. He's fought the fight down in East St. Louis. He's backed the Democrats when he thought it was right for his city. He backed the Republicans when he thought it was right for his city. And that's what a true leader does. He does for his constituents, not for himself. But people are thinking and trying to draft Carl Officer to run for coroner. The Democrats were going to run a white guy. He's going to be either Haskinoff or Sheltnick or Joe Castley. And I don't say they're bad guys, but they are white. I can guarantee you they're white. When they found out that people were trying to get Carl to run, and I know this from inside because we get a lot of good information, they thought, we can't run a white guy because down in East St. Louis, the blacks will cross over and they'll vote for Carl, and maybe they'll just stay over. Maybe they'll like it and stay over. So they knocked those guys out of the box, and they brought Calvin Dye. And I said the same thing. Calvin Dye, and he says it, this guy's been 40 years in public service as a trooper. This is the scathing editorial by the Belleville News Democrat. 40 years public service as a state trooper, a bailiff, a state's attorney's investigator, and now wants to take on the gruesome task of being called out in the middle of the night. Why? Why would he want to do this? The Democratic candidate may be a great guy who is well qualified for the job, and no, he's qualified to be the sheriff, not the coroner. As to his motives for starting a new job when he'll be 68, we guess his motto is never say die, D-Y-E. And you know what that means? That means that he should die in political office. Politically, of course. But not only has he done all that, after he was a trooper and retired with $80,000, $90,000, he worked as a consultant doing the same job, a contract labor, doing the same job for the state, making the same $125,000 plus minus a year. And he got his $90,000 pension. So he circumvented the pension laws, and we were paying him not only his $90,000 in pension, but another $125,000 for doing the job he did before he retired. And you know what that tells you? It's a money grab. And now the Democrats, and I like Calvin Dye. I've known him a long time, worked with him when I was a chief in Washington Park, did an exceptional good job. At some point, Calvin, you need to run for sheriff. You need to be the chief of police, not the coroner. And at 68 years old, Calvin, and you say it in your own words, you've been around 40 years of public service. It's time to hang it up. But the white boys in Belleville, they want to put you in there to counter the black vote in East St. Louis. And think about it, everybody, black and white. That's the biggest racist move they could ever make. These are the same people that made that racist move that go down to East St. Louis and tell the black community in East St. Louis and all below the hill, Cahokia, Centerville, Allerton, we're for Washington Park. We're for you. They're not for you. It's time for a change, people. It's time for a change, and I think we're going to make a change. Ann Anonymous sends me something that says she got out of East St. Louis, or he, many years ago. Loved the area. But what happened to all the state money that was going to School District 189? They don't talk about that. Remember when the school district was taken over by the state? What happened, school district? Where's that money at? And also, here's one with Calvin Dye. Calvin Dye is the chairman, and we're going to get into this later down the road. He's the chairman of the Metro East Police District Commission. You know, they started that a couple years ago. Washington Park, East St. Louis, Brooklyn, Allerton. They were all put into one district, one Metro East Police District. And here is an audit synopsis. The commission, which Calvin Dye is the director, the commission did not assume administrative functions for external law enforcement grants. The commission lacked adequate control over its finances. Commission did not assume grant authority. Commission lacked financial books and records. Commission failed to pay paid interest in a timely fashion. Commission failed. And Calvin Dye is a director, is a chairman of the Metro East Police District Commission, and he wants to lead the coroner's office. This is just one of many things that's going to come out, just not on Calvin, but on all the candidates. These guys, Patty Sprague, going to run for auditor again. And I say, when you're a Democrat or Republican auditor, 2 and 2 is 4. With Patty, I don't know if she's that intelligent with that high school education. We need a CPA. We need somebody qualified. 2 and 2 may be 6 to Patty. And if I'm wrong, Patty or God Sprague, and people say, you can't be talking about Bob Sprague and Mark Kern. They'll get you. They're powerful people. I say they're the Wizard of Oz. They're the small man behind the curtain. And I say to both of you, kiss my white, hairy, stinky ass, you rotten bastards. You know where I'm at. I drive that clown car every day down the street, the radio car. You want to come and get me, come and get me. People, they don't intimidate me. They don't scare me. And if you think about it, they're small men. Don't let them intimidate you. Don't let them scare you, because they're no good pieces of crap. They've been playing the old okey-doke for 20, 30 years. They're just like we are. They put their pants on, or their skirts in their situation. Their skirts on one leg at a time. Don't be intimidated. It's time that we all stand up. Democrats, Republicans, Independents. I'm tired of this crap. I know you're tired of it. I know I'm nuts. But I tell you what, I ain't crazy. I know what the hell's going on, and I'm going to fight it. And I hope everybody comes together and fights these rotten bastards, because 2016 is do or die, people. If Sprague and the boys win, they're old enough, they're going to retire in 2 or 3 years. They're going to leave everybody in St. Clair County holding the bag. There needs to be a passing of the torch, and not to the corrupt Democratic culture of corruption, but to Democrats, Republicans, Independents, people working together. We can all make a change. Don't be apathetic in 2016. Don't let them beat you up. Don't let them beat you down. Let's turn the table and run these no-count rotten bastards out of office, not just in St. Clair County. Let's do it throughout the state, throughout the country. The son of a bitches that haven't been right, don't give a damn if they're relatives of ours. Let's get rid of them, because at the end of the day, it's not our relatives that are going to save this country. It's going to be true public servants. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of Radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are, as always, proud to be the Patriot.
From KQQZ 1190 AM, St. Louis, Missouri, USA, you're listening to Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of Radio.
This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are, as always, proud to be the Patriot. I've got some emails here. Here's one very interesting. I heard Rick Stone was retiring as coroner. I predicted that 2 months ago that he'd be retiring before the end of the month, and he did. He knew he was going to retire, in my opinion. I don't know what's in that little pea brain of his, but he had a fundraiser the last Wednesday in August. The last Wednesday in August, Rick Stone had a fundraiser at Cutter's in Belleville. They got $25,000, $35,000. Rick Stone knew, and I'd bet Rick Stone knew he wasn't going to be a candidate. But see, that's how greedy these Democrats are. They'll eat their own. Instead of letting Dye, who I don't believe is qualified to be the coroner, the sheriff, when Sheriff Watson gets ready to retire, maybe, but by then, Calvin, hell, you've been in public service 50 years. You'll be eating at the public trough for 50 years. But anyway, what are you going to do with that money? I think it's like fraud, people. Rick Stone knew he wasn't going to run for re-election, and his health is a little bad. And, Rick, I wish you the best, seriously, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. I wish you the best of your health. Your political health, wish you no good at all, because you've been no good. You've been no good for the people. You've been good for the St. Clair County culture of corruption, but you've not been good for all the good people of St. Clair County. But anyway, I think it's kind of fraudulent for a guy to have a fundraiser, and the fundraisers are to help you get reelected when you know that you're not going to run for office. I think the biggest reason he wasn't going to run for office because I exposed him and all the egregious crap he did with the car and all that. I think he knew he couldn't win. But anyway, Rick, why would you defraud, in my opinion, all your supporters whenever you knew you weren't going to run? I don't know. Hey, Roger Cook. Roger Cook just walked in. He's the co-chair of the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition. Just stopped by. Roger, how the hell you doing, buddy? Thanks for stopping.
Hey, Bob, I'm doing great. Thanks.
Hey, what's going on in your world, or what's the situation with you, or what the hell can you tell us?
Well, as you know, I was in Washington, D.C. most of the week.
Right.
Last week, flew home, got home about 4:30, then rushed home and then came up to Freeburg. Enjoyed that. And I heard you on the radio when I was coming here. You know, a lot of great people. I got a relative that's playing a sophomore, and it was exciting to be there to see him, but to support Freeburg and Freeburg High School.
What kind of reception?
Wonderful people. Yeah. But, well, what I can tell you is that I've spent the last 8 to 10 months fighting to break up the culture of corruption in St. Clair County. That's my commitment. That's what I think I need to do. I need to bring honest, open, fair government back to the people of St. Clair County. And I've been busy. We've been busy with election fraud stuff.
Oh, yeah.
We've been busy recruiting candidates to run on the Republican ticket. And I'm excited with the number of people we have, the character, the independence. We're going to put people in office that represent what's best for the people, not a party, not a machine, especially not a party boss. I heard you earlier talk about an auditor. If they're a Democrat, Republican, Independent, they all do it the same. Well, I'll tell you, that's not true in my opinion. If you're a machine-controlled individual as auditor, and you add up 2 and 2, and they say we need it to be 6 or 7, it's going to be 6 or 7, or you're out of office.
Good point.
If you elect somebody that we support, that's going to be an independent, make every decision, and do what's right by the people, 2 and 2 will always be 4. And that's the type of people we're running this for 2016 election. And I'm really excited about it. I will have announcements for you later down the road a little bit. But believe me, I'm excited. I'm excited because I feel the people out there, they're ready. They're very thankful of you, this radio station, for giving Carl Officer and I the voice to bring this all together and all the support that you give. So it's going to be an exciting time. This is the time we can bring honest government back to St. Clair County and help everybody, especially the taxpayers.
And you know what, Roger, I agree with you, and thank you for the compliment. And I will tell my opposition, and you people hear me all the time, I've offered $10,000 to have the county board chairman come on and be transparent to you people. I've offered money for these son of a bitches to come on. You guys can come on. This is the voice of freedom, America's voice of freedom. We are the patriot. We believe that everyone should have the right to speak. But we also believe everyone should be transparent, especially the public servants. And you know what you've got in St. Clair County. They'll run and hide. But I've been all out through the county. I am running for state representative. And, Roger, I tell you, people talk very, very well about this St. Clair County Freedom Coalition because you guys have been out all over. You're being very transparent, you and Carl. I've been out supporting the St. Clair County. I don't speak for the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition, but I go out supporting the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition. I think this is a movement that hasn't been for 30 years. People before, we have no place to go. Now people understand, listen, and then research. The St. Clair County Freedom Coalition is here to stay. They're going to take on the culture of corruption. And I want to salute you and Carl for fighting so hard for that.
Well, Bob, thank you. And again, we couldn't do it without the voice of this radio station. I can't go anywhere in public without people saying, "Are you the Roger Cook?" Who's
don't ask for a paycheck.
No, the co-chairman of the Freedom Coalition. We're actually bringing everybody together. Everybody is upset. The last election really put people on fire, and I've seen it firsthand. And it's a commitment that. And it's a sacrifice. This has been a sacrifice, as it is when you actually go into office
right.
and are a public servant. You do what's best for the people. You don't fill your own pocket. You do what's right. And this is the type of people we're bringing together, and I'm excited for 2016.
Roger Cook, thank you very much, co-chair of the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition. Before we go, we talk about the Republican Party and the Republican ticket. I want to salute the new St. Clair County Republican Party chairman, Doug Jamison. This guy has went out. He's all over the county trying to get committeemen, trying to get people to run. This guy is so energetic. I just hope everybody follows Doug Jamison's lead. And I think with his hard work, he can bring this Republican Party back. Not bring it back so much to be a strong Republican Party, but to bring back a two-party system. Two-party political system in St. Clair County, and that's what I salute Doug Jamison for. So we got to go, run out of time. Tomorrow we're going to be on East St. Louis. We're coming up to Belleville. You're going to talk about Lindenwood College. These guys are putting 16 people in a house. They're taking a dining room, taking out the stove, putting up a curtain, and putting 2 bedrooms. Just like Kern at 111 South High, drive by the medical clinic that he says he lives in. There's no windows. It's all block windows. You can't do that. You can't get a grandfather clause for safety reasons, but he says his whole family lives there. And if there's a fire, heaven forbid, you know what's going to happen. We'll talk about all that tomorrow. Got to go. See you tomorrow. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of radio, and you've been listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are, as always, proud to be the Patriot. Come on back tomorrow, same time, same place. We'll be fighting for truth, justice, and the American way. We may try to recruit Superman. That's who we need. Superman, where the hell are you at? We need you, because we're all going to fight till our political deaths for truth, justice, in the American way. And that's not being melodramatic, people. We have to fight. We have to get together. Democrats, Republicans, independents, men, women, black and white. We'll take the gay community. Everybody's got to get together and fight these son of a bitches. You don't have to like me. You don't have to like what I say. But listen to what I say. Research what I say. And then you won't like me still, but you'll like what I say because you'll know I'm telling you the truth. So let's unite. Let's come together. Let's expose these no-count rotten bastards. Let's drag them over the political coals of hell and let them sit there and burn their greasy asses. Political burn, of course. And at the end of the day, you know what we got to do? Just like putting the icing on the cake. We got to shove them son of a bitches off that cliff to their demise. That political cliff to their political demise right here on the dark side.
They're coming to take me away, ha-ha. They're coming to take me away, ho-ho, hee-hee, ha-ha. To the funny farm where life is beautiful all the time. And I'll be happy to see those nice young men in their clean white coats. And they're coming to take me away, ha-ha.
The Patriot.
Your First Amendment and All-American Station. A division of Insane Broadcasting. Renegade Radio.
KQQZ, St. Louis.